is this one. So I'm going to copy it so that we can continue where. I'm going to start with the 30th. I'm going to copy everything as it is on our format, okay? Yes, I mean, so you can leave it on your side there. Let me just go and write. I'm just going to try the 30th. Okay. Change the color here quickly. The 30th, and then the balance. I'm still writing it like this as soon as possible. Balance. Is this your first year?
Sorry?
Is this your first year?
Yeah, it's my first year.
Okay. Which qualification?
What degree am I doing?
Yes.
Well, I haven't. So far I'm doing a BCom own choice. It's like a general BCom, and
Yeah,
I need to
year.
specialize.
Oh yeah, they are.
Sorry?
So I like that. Yeah, I think I like the fact. Yeah, I think most institutions are doing that. First year we all do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm really not
And
sure what I want to specialize in.
What are you gonna check your strong point, and then thereafter, based on that, and you choose the right qualification for you according to your understanding and things like that. Because this thing of studying for a qualification, and then you end up, leaving it, going to the next one, you will never finish. I know people who did that before. They've been changing courses
But
like nobody's business.
yeah, but I enjoy accounting even though I do find it challenging because I didn't take it in high school. But
Let me tell you
it's a
something.
nice challenge.
Nice challenge. So most of my students, those are my top students, they never did accounting before. They never did accounting. When I met them, they knew nothing. They knew nothing, but they are the best. I've got a student now currently. She's above 8. Everything is 80 accounting, but she never did accounting.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I want to reach.
Yes, because basics are very much important.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, this is what has been given to us. Like I said, according to the information there. This is what they did for us. But I want us to analyze the one that they did record for us. Can you see this one on the first year? So I want us to know how did they come up with this, okay? Even though they did one for us. So I'm gonna go back to the information. They're gonna tell us about this. So I'm gonna go back to the information there. Let's see. On the information here, they didn't say anything about that. Yeah, 105. So I'm going to go to the statement. Remember, I checked both information and the statement. Okay. When you go to the statement, you see that on the first.
Yes.
Let's check the first. Here is the first. Can you see now? They say the interest on area account 17. Can you see now? So minutes are responsibility to check on the 17th here. So you can ask yourself, and why did they not record the one on the 29th there? It means it has been recorded already. So you just have to check what was not recorded. So the one on the first, they started with this one because if you can go and check, I'm going to go and check quickly there in the Creditors ledger. Let's check if we've got something on the first, which is 17. Let's go and check. On the first, do you see something like that here? You only see what? The balance.
The balance.
There is no JNL 105. So it means, remember we said we regard the statement as correct. As long as they didn't say anything, the statement will be what? Correct. That's why they went there. They took that. But be careful. Let's go and check. I told you that in the books of SMART, we are their data. That's why they increase on the debit side. Otherwise, it won't make sense if you don't understand that. Can you see now? So it means under debtors, remember, we go up on the saving, we go down on the credit. So I prefer you to put these arrows. Why? Because even though, let's say you forgot whether you are dealing with the debtors or creditors, by putting an arrow that goes up, you will know that whatever you took on this side, you must go and increase your account. Does that make sense?
Whatever we took where?
Okay, let's say, for example, remember I said you must know that you are a debtor in the books of SMART. Ne? We are their debtor. That's why
Yes.
they debit us. Ne?
Mm-hmm.
You are not surprised if I put the arrow that goes up here and the one that goes down here. You understand why? Because in their books, I'm their debtor. A debtor, like you said, is
Oh,
an
okay.
asset. All assets increase where?
On the debit
Debit
side.
side. They decrease where?
On the credit side.
Credit side. But I prefer you to put these arrows like this so that they can guide you when you go and record. Meaning, whatever
Mm.
you take here to reconcile in our books, you must go and increase. You understand what I mean?
Mm.
Whatever you take from this side, when we go to our books, you must go and I don't
Decrease.
know if you understand what you decrease.
No, I get you.
No, 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 no. Let's start here. I don't want to confuse you. Remember, this is a data. Data decrease under which side?
On the credit side.
On the credit side. Ne? Now,
Mm.
so do you understand if I say this is the opposite of what we are going to do in our books?
Yes, I do.
That's why here we increase on the debit, we decrease on the credit.
Credit.
But in our books, let me quickly go back. It's the opposite.
Mm.
And I want you to understand why. That's something that I must not continue if you don't understand why. I need to explain until you understand why are we having two different errors. Because here we are dealing with what? A creditor.
Creditor.
Rules of liabilities apply. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But when I go back to the statement, under SMART, they are dealing with debtors. Does that make sense?
I guess it does.
Yes. So that's why the reason why I say you need to make sure that you put the arrows, because you know that if you take something from under this arrow which is going up, it means even in your books you must go and record it like as increase. You understand what I mean? That's why if you can check here, they took this 17, okay? And then if you can check that 17, let me go back. Can you see they said credit?
Mm.
Can you see here?
Mm.
We
Mm-hmm.
must we create our what? Our creditors what? Ledger.
Ledger.
Because smart screen have debited us there.
Mm.
I want you to understand why did they credit here. They should have increased our account. We should have increased our account with how much? 17 rands. Now we are increasing it now. We should have done it. But that's why I'm saying you must know the relationship between the two. Someone can say, why do you credit here? But when I go back, I see 17 on the debit side. It's because in
Mm.
their books, I'm their debtor. In my books, they are my creditor. So I can apply the same principles. Yes, in both cases, I can see they are going up, but they don't go up on the same side. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yes.
So in my
Yes.
books, I go up on the credit side.
Mm. So they move in the same direction, but on opposite sides. Like if it's a debit in the statement, it would be a credit in our list.
Perfect.
Oh,
And
okay.
to further understand it is because on the other side, it is classified as a debtor. On the other side, it's classified as what? Creditors.
Mm.
Wherever I classify as a creditor, I apply the rules of liabilities. Wherever they classify
Mm.
it as a debt, as an asset, I apply the rules of assets. That's why the sides are different, but the movements are the same.
Oh, okay.
Does that make so? If you get that correct, I'm telling you. So other things that we're gonna do, they're gonna be very, very, very simple. So as long as you get how did they record this 17 there on the credit side, I would be happy if it makes sense because creditors
Mm.
increase on the credit side.
On the credit side.
Yes. So Can you see they're trying to confuse you? Let's say, for example, they gave you this format. They wanted you to record in this format. Ne? That 17 was supposed to be shown on the credit side here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But because they just want to confuse you, they say, "I know we want this format." They dictate the format. They say, "No, we want you to show it in this way," but it doesn't change anything. The understanding is still the same.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Let's go and check something else. Let's go to the statement. Remember, we were on the first. So I prefer whatever I used when I write exam, I tick or I draw a line on top of it so that I cannot use it again. You know, sometimes you feel the heat in the exam, you record it again.
Yeah, true.
So whatever I used, I tick. Okay. Now, can we go to the 8th, please?
To the 8th. Oh.
Yeah, on the statement. Let's follow the statement. On the 8th, we've got invoice. Obviously, I know that when I see the source document invoice, it means we bought on credit from these people. Can you see now? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
We bought from them on credit. That's why the account that we have with them, it has increased what we owe them. Can you see now? We on the first we owed them something like 19,917. But now they recorded here. Remember, when you record on the debit side, check the arrow there. It means it went up. Can you see it went up to what? 27,000.
27. Yeah.
So meaning whatever they record here, it increases our account. Whatever they recorded here, it means it decreases the account. But before I can go and check, remember, I need to compare if I have got this invoice in my creditors ledger. And again, I must also check the additional information. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So we can go and check. I want you to remember this invoice number 465. I'm going to go there and check if we have it. 465. Do you have it on the 8th? Yes, they did what? Record. Can you see now? They recorded 465. And how much is it? 85 what?
8560.
But if you can check the statement amount is different from what they recorded here. So now we must check between us and them who is incorrect. That's why we must go and check additional information, because without additional information, at the moment, I don't know who is wrong, who is correct. Even though sometimes preference is given to the bank to the statement. Eh? But apart from that, if we go to the information, do we see any information about invoice number 465? Can you see? This is the information. They are talking about invoice number 465. They say was incorrectly entered as what? VAT exclusive. It was supposed to be VAT inclusive. I suspect that the statement amount here, if I can go back, is incorrect, because you can see that it is 7443, is not including VAT. Try to use your calculator and check if, do you know how to calculate VAT and X?
Yes, I do.
Just take this amount. Take this amount and try to include VAT. Let's see how much must we have.
The 7443.
Yes.
Okay. I got 8560.
8560.
0.002.
You think that point?
0.002.
Okay, we can just say it's 8560 because that one doesn't change. Remember, it won't change, affect us. Just say 0.00, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we do that, let me just make it smaller. So that it can fit.
Oh, okay. Just to clarify,
Yes.
here on the statement, it's VAT exclusive because to this business, they have made a sale to us, right? It's like a
Yeah.
revenue, and revenues exclude VAT because it's going to the business.
No, I think no, even though it was, I do agree with your statement, but even though it was like that, the statement must always include VAT. We only have
Oh,
to exclude VAT when we transfer to our general ledger account. Let's say, for example, they asked you to open a sales account.
yeah.
Yes, this amount of 7443.48 was the one that was supposed to go to the sales account because it's excluding what? VAT.
VAT.
But remember, on the statement, we show everything that is owed by our customer. So our customer doesn't only owe us. If you can just say to the customer, you only owe us 7443. SARS is going to need that VAT from us. Remember, can you see we did not include VAT?
Oh,
SARS is going to say, where's
okay.
our
I
VAT?
see.
They won't even care. Even though you didn't collect it, they will say, we want our VAT. So to avoid that, you must include VAT because that VAT goes to SARS. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So the correct amount must be 85560, not 7443. So meaning the statement has been understated.
Okay.
Are we together? Already the
Yes, we are.
statement recorded 74. We still have to record the difference. So the difference must still be recorded to make it what? 8560. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Yes. So it means we have to go and we don't have to change our the creator's ledger because it is correct. We must only go and change the statement. Remember, we've got the format, we can go then check. Remember, we must come here and check what we can change. So obviously I will need the date. Do you have the date for me there?
It's 18, I think.
On the
Maybe.
18th?
Yes.
Or the 8th?
Oh, 8th, yeah, sorry.
The 8th, no? The 8th. Please help me with the source document number, the invoice number there.
The
The
invoice
source
number is
document number, yes.
sorry, yeah, INV 465.
465. INV, let me do this. INV 465. Easy, I wrote it there. Can you see now? So now we need to make a decision. Do we adjust our creditors ledger or do we adjust our statement?
We adjust the statement.
Okay, no problem. I agree with you. We must adjust the statement because the statement is the one that is incorrect. But the question is, when we go and adjust the statement, are we going to debit the statement or credit the statement? Let's go and check. Let's go and check.
I think we are going to debit it.
Yes, because remember the amount debited was less. We must debit the difference to make it correct. So we're going to go to the debit and make it correct. Are we together?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go there and then come here. Remember they said we must write 0 here if we don't have it. And then I'm going to come here and record that amount of which I don't know how much is the difference between the two figures there.
It's 1,116.52.
0.52. this is, sorry, I must shift it to the balance there, and then here I must put only, we said we debit, ne?
Yeah, debit.
Let's not say debit. Yes. That's like it. Can you see now? That's how. And please always show calculations. Maybe you can show the calculation here. Let's say, for example, but for this one here, we said, remember, we took that 8560 minus the 7443 point something there, 48, something like this. So this is what we must adjust with. Can you see it's not that difficult if it makes sense?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And I don't want you to guess and say, hey, it will be debit, it will be credit. I want you to be sure. Why do we say debit?
Yeah.
No problem. So we are covered with that one. So the 8th is sorted. Are we good?
Yes, we are.
No problem. Now let's go and check the 10th on the creditors. We've got the 10th here. Let's also go to the statement and check if we've got anything on the 10th. We've got on the 10th, we've got a credit of 790, no problem. And then on the statement, we also have something on the 10th. With a credit note of 790. So, okay, we do have that, but we need to check also the additional information about this source document.
Just to clarify, a credit note is when we return goods, right? And they give us a credit note.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yes. So we returned, and okay, let's just analyze the statement. When we return, they need to decrease our account. Yes, here they did decrease our account because obviously we must owe less. Can you see now? Check the error.
Yeah.
Okay, according to me, so far everything is correct. Let's go back again to the creditors ledger. On the 10th, we've got a credit note. They have what? Credited.
Credit.
Does that make sense? Check the error there.
No.
Can you see that already I foresee a problem? Even though they cannot tell me some additional information, already I know there's a disaster here. But to fix our disaster, let's go and check this credit note number 56. Can you see number 5?
Yes, I can.
This is the one that I'm talking about, 56. They did give us a statement. Even if they didn't give us, don't worry, you and I are clever. We identified the problem already. Can you see that? So they say on the 10th of April, we fix returned goods to Smart. Yes, we know. Smart accepted the goods and issued a credit note. Can you see now? But yes, we know that on the statement, they did the right thing on the statement. Yes, they did show that we owe less now. But can you see, you and I, we hired our inexperienced bookkeeper, who is our friend. Our friend went to the wrong side, so we must go and fix what? And fix our?
The creditors ledger.
Yes, because we made a mistake. We went to the wrong side. And already we know how we're going to fix it, okay? Because we went to the wrong side. We went to the credit side. Obviously, how can we fix it? We go to which side?
The debit side.
So I go there. The date was the 10th, ne?
Yes, it was the 10th.
The 10th. The source document number.
CNC56.
CNC56, ne? CNC, ne?
Yes.
Or, yeah, CNC 56. And then, which one must we change between the creditor's ledger and the statement?
Our ledger, the creditor's ledger.
Yes. Are we going to debit or credit?
We are going to debit.
Debit. Thank you so much. I'm happy. You know, when you understand, you know, I become happy. You get it. Yes. And then obviously I must not forget, I must show 0 there because I did not affect, because it was correct.
Yes.
Okay. With how much must I debit?
790.
790. Okay, let me go back. Let's analyze. I must come and debit what? 190. 790.
790.
So if I come and record 790, can you see that this 790 will cancel this 790?
Oh, yes.
So I must also, after doing that, I must also do the right thing. For me to fix this problem, I must record this 790 twice. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if I can record this once, I'm canceling this. It is like I never recorded anything. Now I do the right thing that I was supposed to do before. I record now. It's like I'm recording for the first time. So I must record this 790 twice. So when I go to my statement, I need to record this twice. I cannot record 790. 790 times 2?
It cancels it.
Yeah, it cancels. So I must record it twice so that I cannot only cancel. I must also record it correctly.
Okay.
How much do you get?
I get 1580.
158. Can you see the challenge? Can you see where the danger is? They normally say, do you see where the danger is? You know?
Yeah,
So,
no, I saw it.
yeah. So if you're not careful, you're gonna put only 790 here. No, yes, you did the right thing. You cancelled it. So why? Why don't you record now? You record it twice to correct the whole thing. So in a nutshell, if you go to the wrong side, for you to correct it, record it twice to correct the whole process, if you know what I mean. Every time you go to the wrong side.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, no?
Mm.
Yes. So, let's see. Next one. Let's go back to the statement. Okay, the letter there we have got. We have recorded the one on the 10th. Let's check the 11th. No? On the 11th, we have got receipt. If we've got receipt number 860 and they say 90, it means we paid. Can you see now?
Okay.
We paid 19,900. Let's go and check if the statement shows the same thing that we paid them. It must be on the paid side of the statement. You see it on the credit side? We pay. Yeah. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yes. So this one is correct. We can't do anything. We can also go and check the information. Do they say anything about receipt number? This receipt number? I don't think that there's something there. So it
An
means this one is
additional
correct.
information.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that. They don't talk about that receipt. Meaning there's nothing wrong with it. So we don't have to record this at all. We don't have to adjust at all. We leave it. Everything is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now, remember, reconciling one by one. We're going to check that. So tick whatever we've done. So you can tick the 11th. Everything is okay so far. Okay. We've got the 15th here. So on the 15th, they say we have got invoice. Remember, if we have got invoice, it means we bought on credit from them. For how much? Sorry, is that noise from the background disturbing you?
Oh, I can't hear it.
You can't hear? That's good. That's good. Okay. Because my mom is here, you know that they always, when they call, they're always loud. It's okay. So this means we've got invoice number 912, and then it means I can see it on the credit side. It means we
We bought. Hello?
that this. Can you hear me?
Oh, you just like glitched a bit.
Okay, no, I think it's just the network is responding, you know, sometimes Wi-Fi on and off.
Mm.
Yeah, so I was talking about the invoice number 912. So you can see that we bought, that's how we came to the credit side, that's how we increased what we owe. Now we owe how much?
Oh, okay, 26.
26. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, at the moment we don't know what's the problem. Let's go and trace this invoice number 912 in our statement. 912 in our statement. Do you see anything here?
Mm-mm.
912.
It's
No, I
not
don't see anything. Okay, we
there.
don't see anything. It's okay. Let's go to the information and check any information about number 1912. Yes, I can see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, let's read. They say this invoice was not issued by Smart. Okay, that's why it's not in the Smart. Remember, the Smart statement is not there.
Mm.
It was incorrectly posted. Oh, I can see the mistake now.
Mm.
It was incorrectly posted by an inexperienced bookkeeper. This invoice was supposed to be coming from what? Smiley. Ah, that's why. So it means there's a mistake here. We need to go and take it out completely from what? From the
Creditors
we fixed
ledger.
smart screen.
Oh.
Remember, we're dealing with smart screen. So we must go and take it out.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
remember, yes, that's the mistake. So if you can check here, it has been recorded here. Remember, this account is for smart. Can you see this is for smart?
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
record something that belongs to Smiley in what? In Smart. So we must just take it off.
Mm.
Yes. How do you think I will take it off? Will I go and debit or credit?
You will debit it by this amount, by the same amount.
We don't have to double this time, okay?
Mm.
Yeah, because it was not supposed to come here at all. We just have to cancel it. So we're gonna come and we're gonna affect our creditors ledger because the problem or the error is in the creditors ledger, not on the
Mm-hmm.
state. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go there. Um, what was the date?
The date was 15.
The date was the 15th. The source
Invoice
statement.
was invoice 912.
Envy, ne?
Mm. Sorry?
Oh, it's just invoice, ne?
Yeah, invoice 912.
Invoice 912. No problem. Thank you so much. Let me just change this. Invoice 912. How much? Okay, which one are you gonna affect? Creditors
The
or
creditors.
the creditors?
Mm.
Debit or credit?
It's going to be a debit.
Debit. Obviously, the other one they said I must put it as a 0. Okay, with how much must I adjust with?
16,850.
16,850. Yes, that makes sense.
Mm.
Perfect. 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 It has to make sense.
Mm.
Okay. Now, let's continue and check. Remember, we must check all the information one by one.
Yeah.
That was the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the 18th. At the same time, we must go and check. Remember, okay, let's go to the statement. That was the 15th. Let's check the statement again. The 11th has been, okay, yeah, 15th. There's no 15th there, so we must go. The statement has got the 18th. Let me go back. Yeah, the next one is the 18th. If you look at the 18th, we've got invoice once again of 4,800, of which I agree with them because invoice must come to the credit. Yes, so far I don't have a problem. So we need to go and check this again on the statement and see if we've got check number 535 with the same amount in the statement. Let's go to the statement on the 18th. What do you see?
On the 18th, they put it as a,
Mhm.
oh, the amount is not the same.
The amount is not the same. Okay, at the same time, we must go and check if we have got something under additional information. If we don't have something, we'll assume that our statement is correct, but you can't just assume without information now,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Because at the moment, we don't know who is wrong, but if we didn't have enough information, we'll just say smart is correct. But let's go and check invoice number 535. Do you see invoice number 535?
Yeah.
Yes. They say an investigation revealed that the amount of for invoice number 535 was correctly stated. I like this. It was correctly stated
The statement.
on the statement. Can you see now we know that the statement is correct?
Yeah.
Meaning, because they said the statement is correct, it means we as a business, we fix it or we fix, we are incorrect. We recorded a lesser amount. Are you in agreement with me?
Yes.
So we recorded less than we're supposed to record, meaning we still have to record the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Listen up, because already we
Yeah.
have 4.8, but the statement said we were supposed to have 8.4. So we must just bring the difference here to make it 8.4. So we must go and adjust our creditors ledger because the problem is in the creditors ledger. So I must go to the creditors ledger and adjust.
Okay.
I hope you are following.
No, I understand. Yes.
Okay, that was the 18th.
Oh yeah, 18th. It
And
was the
then,
18th.
yes. And then source documents,
Invoice 535.
invoice 535, invoice 535. Under which column and how?
We're going to credit it.
On the credit side of?
The creditors ledger.
Perfect.
So if it was understated, we would have to debit it. No, sorry,
No,
overstated.
if it was overstated, I was
Oh,
supposed to debit it. Yes. Okay.
okay.
I'll credit, and obviously I'm going to put 0 here because there's nothing wrong with the statement. And then here we put the difference between those two amounts.
3,600.
3,000.
Yeah, 3,600.
600. Thank you so much. So we just said 8,400 minus 4,800. Remember, you must always show calculations for in case if you are wrong, at least you'll get PART marks, because when they mark and you are wrong, they normally go to calculations and give you those marks.
Oh, okay.
You see now. So far, I think so far so good. Okay. Yes. Okay. We still go back and follow our procedure. We were on the 18th. Now we are on the 25th. On the 25th, when I check here, we have got credit note 75 of 3,750. Firstly, before you can go anywhere, do you think they went to the right side of the credit note?
Yes, they did.
They did. No problem. They did because they went to this side. Because remember, it is decreasing here. Okay?
Yes.
Let's go and trace this 75 in the statement. Let's see if they did the right thing. Yes, we do have 75 here. Can you see this one? The last one. The credit note.
But they put it as a debit.
But the side, is it correct?
No. Wait. Yeah, no.
What effect must credit note have on the account? Increase or decrease?
It decreases.
Remember, it decreases. So according to them, what did they do?
They increased the account. They made a mistake.
They increased. So in other words, they made a mistake. Can you see now? Yes.
Yeah.
So they decreased by mistake. They made a mistake. They were supposed to go to the credit side. Can you see now? But apart from that, because we know the error already, do we have any information about it? On the information there, did they say anything about 75? Let's go and check.
No, they. Oh no, they didn't.
Did they say anything?
Nope.
Can you see they're very clever now? They're not telling us. So people who are not careful are gonna say, "I know we don't have information. Everything is well." Even though they don't tell you, you are an accountant. You must know the right thing and the wrong thing. So we need to go and fix our statement, like we said. Our statement needs to be fixed. We need to change it and take it to the other side, which is what?
Credit.
Credit. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yes.
So we're gonna go there. That was the 25th, ne?
Yes, it was the
I'm
25th.
gonna start with that one, 25th. 25th. Source document.
Oh, the source document is credit note C75.
Credit note
C75.
5. I'm just gonna put it as credit note because of space. Ne? I think you understand if I say credit N. Okay, it's credit note.
Yeah.
C75, and then we will affect which one? Which one are we fixing?
The statement.
Between the two.
The statement.
The statement. Meaning I'm gonna Yes, I'm gonna put 0 so that I cannot forget here. And then we fix the statement. Is it debit or credit?
We are crediting.
Yeah, credit. Thank you so much. Credit. How much?
By 7,500.
By 7,500. I like that. I like that. By 7,500. You know, it's because we went to the wrong side. If I can only record it once, it means I just cancelled the mistake. I did not do the right thing. So I must record twice to correct the mistake.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I like that. I like that. I like that. If you're okay with that one, we move on. Um, we're still on the 25th.
Yeah.
Remember, we need to check everything. But if you check the statement there, we had two things on the 25th. The statement has got 2 entries on the 25th. Can you see it?
Oh,
This one.
yeah.
So, but if we go back, do you see it in our books? If you go back, do you see that one? I don't see it for 34 and
No, I don't.
there's nothing. There's only one on the 25th, the one that we just recorded.
Yeah.
So it means this one must be recorded in our books because it's not there. Can you see now? So this one must also go to our books. You can see here they charged us interest. You can see that they did the right thing by increasing they increased our account because of the interest. How much? 34. So we must go and update in our books to show that we are owing more. So we know that we are not going to correct the statement, we are going to correct our books or our ledger. Okay. So again on the 25th, we need to record. On the 25th, and that source document from the statement was, let's see.
JNL 134.
JNL 134. JNL 134. Which one are we fixing?
We're fixing our creditors ledger.
Meaning we must just put 0 there so that we cannot make a mistake. Are we going to debit or credit?
Credit.
Credit. Thank you. We are going to credit. How much needs to be adjusted?
34.
34 rands. Thank you so much. So you need to check everything. That's why sometimes people don't finish in the exam because they become confused and they go there, they forget this, you know that. So yeah, so you just have to check everything as soon as possible. Don't postpone it. You just have to check it. So you must check that everything has been reconciled. Remember, reconciliation means we checked our differences, we reconcile, we move on. So we cannot leave anything. It's like in life, when you reconcile with someone, we don't leave other issues. We put all the issues on the table. Reconcile, move on. Yes, the same applies to this. We reconcile and
Okay.
no problem. We need to go back to and check. On the 29th, can you see now?
Receipt.
We've got
Yeah.
receipt number 871 of how much? 6,000.
6,200.
Receipt means we paid them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and check on the statement. Do we see that payment that we made? Remember, we are sure the ones we paid, we know for sure as we fix that we paid. But is it
Yeah.
yet reflected on the statement? Let's go and check.
Mm, no.
No. Any statement about the payment? Any information about the payment? Let's see on the
No.
information. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It means these people, maybe we paid, but you know, sometimes when you pay the amount of money, it reflects after they issue the statement. So we must also reconcile this. But we
Mm,
know where to reconcile it. We must reconcile it under what? Under our statement. So we must show that
okay.
under our statement. So we must decide whether it's going to be a debit or a credit. So if I look at my statement, when we pay these people, obviously we need to decrease what we owe. By looking at our statement, where must we record that payment, debit or credit?
Mm, on the credit.
On the credit side, because we need to go and reduce that particular statement. Can you see now?
Yeah.
So we must go back. The date was, I think the date was the 29th.
Yes, it was the 29.
29. It was receipt, I think, receipt
Number
number
871.
871.
Yeah.
Receipt. Eight seven one. Just gonna abbreviate, yeah. Just like this. 871. We have to obviously must affect our statement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put 0 there. And then you said we must go and credit the statement.
Yes.
Then how much?
By 6,200.
6,200. Okay. Yes, this is the one on the 29th. Okay, so we have everything that I think we wanted. Let's go and check information. I think we touched all the information.
Yeah.
Mm, yes. Listen, it's not that bad with the understanding. So even
Mm.
if they can ask you for debtors ledger, same logic, you know that.
Yeah.
Just the complete opposite of what we did. Let's say when it comes to the sides, the debit and the credit. Because if it was a debtors ledger, again you must analyze with the arrow so that you can understand. Because if we've got a debtors ledger, in their books who are gonna be their creditors. Can you see now?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
same applications, the same understanding, Yes. So you don't have to change that.
Oh,
So yeah. Because next time they can
okay.
say debtors ledger, don't change yourself.
Mm.
Like each go and just show this. Like we said, analyze your debtors. For if it was a debtor, let me just, for example, let me just go there. So if this was a debtors ledger, it means the arrow here will go down. If it was a debtors ledger, the arrow here will go up,
Mm.
and here you go down.
Down.
And then the statement will also be the opposite. The arrow there will go down,
Up.
and the arrow
Down,
here will
sorry.
go up.
Mm.
That's the only, because if we are dealing with the debtors ledger here, like I said, meaning on the set, meaning on the statement, we are their creditor. The statement will show the creditors. You understand what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. But as long as you know your ledger, just base your decision, just know your ledger first. Whatever you analyze here, you do the opposite on the statement. So I'm just giving you an exam technique.
Yeah.
So what you analyze here, the opposite is what you're going to analyze on the statement. And everything is dealt with the same way we've dealt with this one.
Okay.